Hello everyone, it's Ellen, and before I get into this video I'm just going to quickly apologise. I have some very noisy neighbours today. I think one side is decorating and the other side is having a barbecue, and it's really hard for me to find time to film voiceovers because I need to do it when Theo isn't in the house, and you know, Theo is usually with me, so this is the only time I've got to film them. So hopefully my mic won't pick up on any of that, but yeah, if it does, I apologise. So today I am working with this beautiful new product from Maggie Holmes. It's called a Paperie pack. Now, I don't know how new these are because I haven't bought anything sort of scrapbooking style in ages, but I haven't seen these before. And the one that I've got is from the Parasol collection, and it is stunning. I'm absolutely obsessed with these. I'm definitely going to get more. I think this was $12.99 or $11.99, so not cheap, but so worth the money. You get so much in it. So there's 200 separate pieces, and there are duplicates of everything in it, which is great. And you get all of these papers, and they're all different kinds. There's frames, there's journaling spots, there's labels, tags, pictures, music paper, book paper, absolutely loads, and they really go with the style that I use in my journal. So I love vintage and floral and anything like that, and the Parasol one just really screamed out to me, so that's why I got this one. Absolutely stunning. And then along with the papers you also get lots of stickers, and they are on sort of vellum, so they're sort of semi-transparent, really pretty. Again, you get double of all of these as well, and the papers are really thin as well, which I personally really like in my journal. My journals always seem to bulk out really quickly because I add a lot of real life ephemera, so I'm always adding cards and loads of photos, and I love tip-ins and envelopes and everything, so it gets filled up really quickly. So if my ephemera that I buy is quite thin, that makes me really happy. So I have flicked through quite quickly all of the pieces. I was just so impressed with this. I wanted to just show you what actually came in it before I started working with it. So my whole spread is going to centre around these beautiful pieces in these Maggie Holmes Paperie pack, and I'm definitely going to get more of these. I absolutely love them. So I work chronologically in my journal, so I don't have choice on what page I've got. I have to work with the following page, which works really well for me because it helps me to get inspired. I just have to make whatever's next work, and I thought this actually worked out really well because I wanted to cover up this book page. I wasn't really working with my theme. It's just sort of an old children's book page, and yeah, I just wasn't feeling that, so I wanted to cover it up. And obviously I've got all of these beautiful paper pieces from this Paperie pack to use to do that. So I'm going to do some collaging. It's been ages since I've done any sort of collaging in my journal. I can't remember the last time I had my matte gel medium out, so it was really nice to do something like this again because I always used to do a lot of this. But while I was doing my journaling and not filming, and while it was really busy here at home, I just didn't have the time to do anything like this, so I just didn't bother. So the first thing I've taken is that really pretty floral, sort of like a book page, and I've stuck that in the top left hand corner, and then I've got I think it was like a receipt or something, just in those yellow tones, and I've covered up the other top corner with that. And then I'd picked out this blue journaling paper right from the very start. I absolutely loved this. I knew I wanted to do my journaling on this, so I wanted to make sure I had a really nice space to do that. And then I'm just using some of the stickers and some smaller paper bits just to cover up the rest of the page so that it was all covered and to make it all cohesive. And then I folded over that middle page, so I knew I wanted to do a big spread today with a lot of photos, and I wanted it to sort of go together. So to make that work, I folded that middle page just so that when I'm flicking through my journal I can think, oh yes, these go together, because all of my journal is going to be on the last page, and I just wanted to make it obvious that what I've written on the last page is from the pictures on sort of the first page, if that is making any sense. Hopefully when it's finished you'll see what I mean. So on the first page it's a beautiful map, beautiful old map, and I didn't want to cover it all up because it's really stunning. It's one of my favourite papers that I've used in this book, but I did really want to use this gorgeous sort of front page of a book, and so I've collaged that just onto that page. So I'm just covering up a little bit of the map paper, but not the whole thing, because it's really beautiful as it is. And also the colours in this map paper and, you know, the style go really well with the things that I've collaged on my 2 pages, because it's all vintage and muted tones. And yes, I'm really happy with how that's looking. So as you can see here, I have got loads of photos. So what I do is every month I'll do a couple of pages like this where they're just random photos that don't have a big story to tell. They're usually just of Theo, just everyday photos, and I want to document them, but I have a lot of them. I take a lot of photos of Theo, and I want to put them all in my book, and this is a really easy way to do it. So I sort of number the photos, and then I have a big bit of journaling which is numbered, and I write about each photo on that bit of journaling. So I still get to caption each photo, but it's all together. And I really love these pages because they are random. They don't have like photos from a set day. These are all from the month of July, and they're just everyday things that me and Theo do. So they're photos from visiting family and friends, just him being cheeky. He's wearing my sunglasses in one photo. We've got pictures from our baby group, which we go to all the time every week, so I wanted to just include them here, and photos with his great grandparents as well. So yeah, they're special little memories, but I don't need to do a big spread just focusing on those photos. So to make that easy for myself, I love to do these ones. They're sort of just an amalgamation of memories from the month of July. So I know where all of my photos want to go. I've also numbered all of my photos, and I've completed all of the journaling on that blue journaling paper. So I'm ready to now get these photos stuck down. I know where I want them all to go, and it's just doing the fun embellishments around it now. I've got this large photo of Theo and my grandparents, so his great grandparents, so that's his grandma and his grampy. And I don't get a lot of photos with Theo and his great grandparents, considering we see them at least once a week. So yeah, definitely wanted to include these. I've backed it on some really pretty Maggie Holmes paper. That wasn't deliberate actually, I didn't pick out Maggie Holmes stuff, but obviously that just worked well. And I've also backed some other photos with that same paper. So to the right of my desk, I have just loads of paper scraps that I just want to use up. I've got loads of folders with paper scraps in a bit more of an organised fashion, but these are just really small bits that I just want to use. So that's been really handy actually, because it's a lot easier for me to just reach for them than to get out and go through all of my folders. So yeah, that's worked really well doing that. So I've used up almost that whole scrap of that pattern paper to back a load of these photos on, which works lovely. I've got 2 photos on the left hand folded page of Theo and my granddad, so his great granddad, and then the bottom photo is Theo and his magnetic drawing board that my mum got him, which he still loves to this day. So yeah, really cute little pictures, but nothing major. So I'm going to stick down those photos as you can see them there, and then embellish around them. The bottom photo on the left hand folded page I've backed with a sticker from the Paperie pack, and I'm going to do the same thing with those 2 photos at the top of that folded piece. I've also used one of the gorgeous vintage cameras just to add another element on the top of my right hand page. I really love them, and I really love the black element that adds on, because my journal is quite dark and I've got other dark elements on my page, so I like to try and tie that all in together. So now we're moving on to the other side of that folded page, and I've got 2 photos of Theo at baby group. So again, I've backed them with different scraps that I have just laying on the side of my desk, and then I'm embellishing more with the stickers. I've got a floral sticker, I've got a reef sticker, and yeah, I'm just backing them up, making that look pretty and getting those photos stuck on there. I'm now moving on to the inside of that folded paper in the middle of my 2 sides, and again more pictures from me and Theo at his baby group, and I wanted to just mix it up a bit on this page, so I've taken 2 of the smaller papers from the Paperie pack and used them as embellishments on these pages. I've then backed my photos with just some black card, and that looks really nice. It really stands out well over against the papers and the book paper that the page is actually made from. I'll also add a few stickers from my Use It Up box. I've added a few word stickers dotted around here and there across my pages, and that's where those are from. I think they're actually Heidi Swap. They're really old. Onto the final page of this spread, and I've got 2 photos. I've got one of Theo looking so handsome wearing my sunglasses, and one of Theo and his cousin Aria on a little swing. These are so cute. So I've just backed them with again just paper scraps that I've got laying on my desk, and then I'm going in more with embellishments on this page. So I've created a sticker cluster of the camera and a ticket and 2 hands. I've got a little sort of Polaroid picture of a house, a butterfly, and just some other word stickers and things. I'm backing those photos now, I haven't done that already. Again, just a few scraps on my desk that I wanted to get used up. So I finished with this little spread here, and I'm also going to work on my next pages as well. I was in the flow of creating this day, so I wanted to just carry on. This is the centre of a signature, and I've got this really beautiful vintage paper, but it's quite fragile in the centre, and then two larger pieces from that same book page on the other side. So I wanted to make a pocket with the vintage paper because, like I said, it's a bit frail, and that's a really nice way to help make it a bit stronger. So I've just used some washi tape to create a pocket with that. I've added glue onto my washi tape because I don't always trust it, especially with this paper. It's really dry and brittle because it's so old, so more adhesive is always recommended. I'm going to not add too much to this paper actually because I really love it. I didn't want to cover up that gorgeous vintage feel. I wanted to keep that there, so I've only added a small label sticker that says fun in Theo's new pool, and a couple of small circle stickers from A Simple Stories sticker book, and then in the center of my pocket has gone a couple of collages of Theo, his first time in his new swimming pool, which he absolutely loved. And I've just backed two collages against each other, added a little tab so I can pull that in and out, and I also just doodled a dotted line across the top of my pocket and punched a circle as well so I can see that there's something in there to pull out. I've left that as it is. I'm then working on to my left hand page, and I'm journaling about my afternoon tea that we had for my birthday last year. This was so lovely, really civilized for me and my friends, and I've really enjoyed it. And I've been saving these Maggie Holmes puffy cup and teacup stickers for something like this, so I was really happy that I remembered that I had them, and I've added them all along the top of the page. And then I wanted more floral on this page, so I've just backed the center of it with a really pretty floral paper from the works. And then I've just got two photos, one of the group of us all together and one of what our afternoon tea looked like. And I'm going to just add these two to the page and add a tiny bit of journaling, and then just embellish with all of the cake and teacup things that I can find. There was a Maggie Holmes collection with loads of teacups and cakes in, and no matter how much I use them, they seem to multiply in my craft room. So I had loads and loads to use, and yeah, you can see that I've stuck them all down. I also backed my two photos just with some white card to help them stand out against that floral paper. So on to the other side of the pocket now. And I've got a few photos from a family barbecue last year. I think it was our first barbecue of the year, and I wanted to bring over that floral element that I had on the left hand page, so I've just added a small scrap of floral paper on the inside of that page, and then I've turned my photos into a nice long collage, and then I can sort of add embellishments down the right hand side of that. To the back of my pocket, I just added this Maggie Holmes piece from a cut apart sheet. It says take time to smell the roses. I really loved the floral elements on it, and the back of that pocket just needed something on it, and I really liked that, so I thought that would work well. I've outlined it in black. I love doing this. I don't know why. I had a lot of doodles and dash marks with my black pen. I just really like how that looks. I'm going to add this tag now. This is again Maggie Holmes. This wasn't deliberate. I just have a lot of Maggie Holmes stuff. I find it really beautiful to work with. So I've backed my photo with that tag just sort of peeking out, and I'm going to add my journaling onto there as well, because I don't really do any journaling. I literally just write time for a family barbecue on it. And then I've got these two hearts that I punched out from a Maggie Holmes paper for something else and haven't used, so I'm going to use them just to add another embellishment to this page. I've doodled around them again just to, it just looks a bit more finished to me. Just adds a nice touch. I love, I'm really into doodling on my pages at the minute, which you'll notice. So I'm going to get that collage stuck down, and then I can layer up my hearts on top of it. to finish off this page, I have added a scrap of a vellum flower that was also from a Maggie Holmes collection just to the corner. I've been waiting to use that on something and I thought this worked really well. So those are my pages all finished. I'm just going to give you a close-up of what I've done, and I'll be back next week with another video. Thank you all for being here. Bye!